Hello anyone, can this video get 1 view? That was the title I came up with for this episode of my Minecraft Forever world, where I talk about, I guess, just random topics. If you're staying past that first intro, then thanks for checking this out, because honestly, it's kind of, I don't know if I'd call it clickbait, but I mean, I guess this video is about maybe some frustrations with the YouTube algorithm. I mean, I'm not, 100% enemies with the YouTube algorithm, because on my main channel, they've been pretty nice to me, actually. And that's really the channel I care about, so overall, I don't really care. But I do think with my new, trying to think about, watch time, trying to get my main channel monetized, I am thinking a lot about, I am noticing how much worse my videos do on this channel compared to my main channel, and I'm kind of curious as to why. I mean, the videos I make here are pretty different. The videos here are either edited live streams or these new videos I'm making where I'm just talking for a while and you can listen to me talk. And basically, and I'm doing this 31 days challenge, I'm uploading a video every day, and these videos are good, just for like venting a little bit. I mean, not exactly venting, like, I don't know if venting implies that you're kind of mad. I'm not really mad, I'm just like, they say on YouTube, if you're ever struggling, you should blame, instead of blaming the algorithm, you should blame, you should replace any sentence with algorithm with audience. The algorithm doesn't like this should be the audience doesn't like this, and so on. And I'm thinking about that a lot, with this channel that's gotten a lot fewer views than my main channel. So my most recent 2 videos that have both been this style have gotten, I think, like, both of them have like 5 views, which, it's not, I guess it's not 0 views, but this is kind of, it's lower than it's ever been for me, actually. I don't think I've had this happen, ever since, like, maybe ever since my first few videos on my main channel, which was years and years ago. I've had the privilege of always expecting views on videos, and I don't know what that has to do, if it's like favoritism, because apparently, like, I think my other channel has a better reputation for getting views, and that's why YouTube wants to push it, which I get. But, trying to launch this second channel thing of me talking, and it's not like I'm dead set on this being like a series or like people have to watch this or something. But I'm just experimenting, and most of it has to do with getting better at public speaking, I guess, like getting better at talking for a long time, getting more comfortable with it. So in a lot of ways, the views don't really matter. But I think this long form experiment so far and my my count of my experiment count only contains two this is not variables, but two videos. So far not going so well on this channel. So I guess I have to change it up, because this video I've basically changed nothing. I'm still doing the same things I'm doing in the first two videos. And I have almost less to talk about in this video. So I need to prepare for them better. I think if you're talking about something for a long time, need to talk about something that is worth talking about for that long, and that people care about, that people want to click on and want to hear what you have to say about it. Now I did watch this video and here's what I'll say also before I get into this. That what's the benefit of long form content is if just one person decides to, put the whole thing on in the background, while they, get a chore done or like go to sleep, that's automatically the video length added to your watch time, and that is very attractive to me, someone who is trying to buff up their watch time numbers on YouTube. As I was saying about this guy who uploaded this video, he was saying you should be a YouTuber, like anyone should be a YouTuber, and just share what they think. And the reason is because or his reason is because people are always going through something and having just the chance of connecting with someone, or having someone connect with you, I guess, to like coach them through. I mean, it's not coaching, it's just like noticing similarities in someone, like even just that minimally is important to people. And I found this to be valuable insight. Even if my video only gets one view, if it does benefit, even if my videos only get a few views, if they do benefit people, that is great. That is, I'm not even expecting them to. These are, at least to me, kind of unremarkable videos. It's just me talking and, footage in the background that I pre-recorded. So yeah, if someone gets like, even just like having noise, having a voice in the background, being entertained, like that's enough for me. And if that's my goal, I've probably achieved it already on my main channel with so many views, so that's kind of nice to think about, I guess. But yeah, I think it was a good point, because it's like, thinking about what greater benefit do YouTubers have, like I think the advantage of YouTubers rather than celebrities is YouTubers have the opportunity to be so much more personal, It's not a production guided by dozens and dozens or hundreds of people. It's one person with a vision that can shape their video however they want. Sometimes there are a few people involved in the process, like editors, which I guess separate the creator from the consumer a little more, but for the most part, you can, I guess even if you edit your videos, you can still make it less authentic. Like you could edit out certain parts of your speech or something. I don't know, but you know, for the most part, um, viewer having viewer and you know, content creator connections, like I guess that's well, I guess that's more of Twitch's thing or like live streaming thing, but I think just the intimacy of, you know, hearing one person's perspective, hearing watching a video made by one person, by a small group of people, I mean mostly by like, you know, YouTubers, right? By one person's voice. You know, there was that whole thing about when T-Series and PewDiePie, that whole saga, which, I mean, it almost feels like it's been forgotten about at this point. You know, it was the whole thing. It was about the creator versus the company versus the greater entity. It felt like YouTube was being taken over by, you know, what, like basically TV, you know? T-Series isn't a personal channel. It isn't a YouTuber. It's a YouTube channel. It hosts music videos, Indian music videos. And you know, I guess that content has its place. It's whatever, you know. But YouTube to me is special because of YouTubers, you know. Yeah, I think growing up I've always been so attracted to YouTube, so attracted to, you know, indie games, so attracted to shows made by, you know, a few people. I find this concept so attractive. Like the fewer, like the more cooks in the kitchen, right? The more cooks in the kitchen, the more complicated and clockwork, I guess, the product gets, you know. Yahtzee Croshaw, who you might know as, I think he hosts, well, he used to host something called Zero Punctuation. It was like a game review. He was a game journalist. And he talked about how, I don't remember what I was going to say. Let's see. Yahtzee Croshaw. He talked about, he's talking about Undertale, and he was talking about how Undertale was mostly a one-man show, you know? He really admires the game, and one thing that's interesting is this guy, like, super cynical guy, is always making fun of games, but to see him have this fondness for Undertale is just kind of cute, you know? And I do like Undertale. But anyways, what he was saying about Undertale was that what makes it so great and what makes so many other indie games or indie RPGs great is that, you know, they are singular visions. He points to this random part in Undertale in the hotel, where if you buy a room of the hotel, you start dancing around in a big bed or something. Like, you might know what I'm talking about. I didn't describe it very well. But he said that was such a unique and random thing that only makes sense to one person. And trying to explain it to a team of people, like if Undertale was a AAA game, you know, this wouldn't pass. Like, no one would understand what he's trying to go for. It wouldn't make sense. You can't explain it. It's just a one person thing, you know? And I very much agree with this whole like having a vision thing, you know? I mean, I don't know what I'll be like if I ever succeed at YouTube, but I personally want to have autonomy over every part of the process, you know? I want to be making the titles and thumbnails. I want to be, well, maybe the thumbnails are, those aren't fun sometimes. So maybe that's the first thing I would lease to someone else, but a lot of people have editors, but editing is one of the funnest parts of video making for me. And personally, I couldn't imagine, I could not imagine having someone else edit my videos. That is just kind of crazy to me. I mean, not being able to dictate what I'm saying basically in videos would be super weird. And I just like having that control, like, you know, if you're one person, you have an artistic intention, you know? You can curate your video to be, you know, however you intended it to be, right? Like if you, for example, if you were like, man, this, like an editor could misinterpret what you're saying, you know, they could, or like they could edit something when you didn't want it to be edited out, or they could make an edit of you saying a word or saying a sentence that you didn't like or you thought should be handled differently, you know? And that's what my fear would be with editors. I just want to keep the content, like, I want to keep the integrity of it, you know? I want to keep my original, you know, ideas for how it's supposed to turn out, you know? So yeah, and I've kind of reached a stopping point, but still got about 30, or not 30 minutes left, 13 minutes left. Well, let's talk about more, you know what, I'll talk about my third channel. It's Dylan FX, and this channel, I've run a few experiments already. I've uploaded 3 videos on it, and so far they've been very different videos. None of them have really gotten any views, but all of them were interesting. All of them, well, maybe the most recent one was less, like, I don't know if I got a whole lot of insight out of that one, but the other ones, very interesting to make. You know, when you're making content instead of just consuming it, or when you're just consuming content, it's so easy to be like, man, this person's sound sucks, man, this editing sucks, this lighting sucks, you know. But to actually, you know, for you to actually do it, I mean, I have no idea what, I've struggled with sound so much. I've gotten a lot better at it actually in the past few days. Funny enough, with all this, I mean, not funny enough, like, that makes sense. With all this editing these videos. So that's been great, but I don't know how I would even begin to, mic up like a skit or something, which is something I would love to do, before the 30 days are over, but honestly, I'm kind of getting burnt out. It's only day 13. Which is almost halfway, so it's not like, I'm not saying it's only day 13, but I am getting, mostly I feel like I'm gonna scramble to get videos done because, well, first of all, when I started the challenge, I had videos pre-made, so it was a lot easier to have a good idea for a video and then work on it a little while. But now it's just like, well, the video's due today, so basically I have to do everything in one day, which, you know, is probably why I need to load up videos ahead of time and then work on videos, because, you know, today I filmed half of a video, not even half of a video, like the start of a video for my main channel, and I'm probably gonna finish filming it tomorrow. If I do, I guess I'll try to post it that same day. But yeah, I'm having to record this video because, you know, because my first video is not going to be done the same day the same day I started it. Now, I am struggling a lot with, like, getting distracted on, not social media, but I guess just YouTube. Like I have mentioned before, I'm rethinking the way I'm making videos. I'm trying to experiment with a sort of, like, kind of writing videos in the moment, like having improv, because, you know, if you want to make a lot of videos, you can't sit down and write these scripts, you know. And I was even talking about how making scripts, not only does it take longer just writing the script, but also psychologically it takes longer, because you're like, oh, I gotta get this perfect. I'm writing a script. I want this, when I record it, to be perfect, you know, instead of just like kind of going with the flow in the moment with the recording, which I think is paying off so far. So I'm gonna do it a little more. Another thing I'm noticing with videos is, some of my video ideas are way too, like, short. Like, this is not long enough for a video, and I'm starting to think about combining multiple video ideas into one video. Particularly when it comes to, like, I have this series called YouTube Anomalies where I talk about weird YouTube videos or weird YouTube channels, I guess. And I've had ideas for, like, one-off videos. Like, I actually even scripted a one-off video for YouTube Anomalies, but I was like, this is gonna be way too short, and I don't know if anyone's gonna watch it either. You know, if a few people, like, only one of those can be true, right? Like, if it doesn't get many views, it has to be long, and if it's short, it has to get a lot of views. Did I say that right? So, yeah, I said that right. So, I'm like, if it's short and it's not gonna get views, like, it almost feels like making this is almost a waste of time, you know? I don't have enough to say about this for it to be long enough, so, you know, I'm thinking, like, this video should probably be part of a larger video, and I think that is my current plan with it. I'm hesitating to talk too much about videos. Well, I don't know why I say it like that, but I do want to talk about, like, all the videos I made one by one individually when I get to the 31st video. So that'll be cool. If you happen to be new, which I find it unlikely that you are, these videos only get like 4 views. If you happen to be new, that's really cool, first of all, but second of all, I would encourage you to check out these videos. I mean, you don't have to, but whatever, I'm just talking at you. Like, maybe by the time this actually gets views, I will have finished the 31-day project and you get to see all of them. I plan to make a 31-day video playlist. I think that'll be fun. The thought of that excites me. Just 31 videos in a playlist. Like 31 things that I made in a playlist. That is cool to me. So looking forward to that. Let's see, anything else? I have 5 minutes left. Well, I mean, I've just been thinking so much about YouTube, so much about how I need to focus on titles, thumbnails, ideas. And yeah, I guess that is the YouTube. I'm finding out that's most of what YouTube is. A lot of it is these, you know, I would have these ideas for videos. And I'm, you know, a lot of these videos would be shorter, but now that I feel like I have to make these videos longer because, I mean, first of all, obviously more watch time means more, well, I need to get monetized first, so I'm focusing on watch time, but even once I get monetized, if I do, I will still have to focus on watch time because watch time, as far as I'm aware, is how you make money. It'll always be about watch time. So I have to make the most engaging and interesting videos possible. And I'm just thinking about the best ways to do that. I've always had ideas for video topics, but like, how well can these actually be executed as videos is a whole other question, you know? Like the recent thing I was just talking about, that video that I think would end up being too short if it is a video, you know? It has to be part of multiple videos. Or it has to be part of one video with multiple topics, basically. Not multiple topics, the same topic, but just all grouped together, if that makes sense. Because one of my ideas for videos was just like weird viral videos. So like think of how much could fit under that. Like I think that's a good idea that I'll probably end up doing. That could be a series, just like weird viral videos. But yeah, still thinking about YouTube. YouTube's on the mind constantly every day of this like 31-day challenge where I'm making all these videos. So yeah, a lot of thinking about YouTube. If you have ever thought about being a YouTuber or are a YouTuber or, you know, want to be a YouTuber, whatever, you should talk to me in the comments because honestly, I mean, now that I think about it, this is something I totally forgot about. Like, you know, when you are trying to build a skill, it's always great to have a, you know, community of like-minded people always also trying to build that skill. And I did forget about this. I wanted to create some sort of, or not create, but join some sort of, you know, YouTubers, small YouTubers community. So I'll have to find other people who are like-minded like me, who, you know, are interested in being some sort of YouTuber or something. So yeah. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, you should probably like and subscribe. I have about 40 seconds left, so I'll just like use those 40 seconds to basically say nothing, and now I have 30 seconds left, so I'm still gonna say basically nothing. But thank you again for watching, because if this video somehow made it to your, like if you're a stranger, if this video somehow made it to your watch or your recommendations page, that's pretty cool. So thanks for watching if you watched this long. And as always, stay tuned.